Hey guys, it's Jacob here with eTrailer. Owning an RV is not all hot dogs and cold ones. There's a lot of work that goes into maintaining it. So in this video, we're going to talk about a lot of the maintenance items that go into making sure your RV is running smoothly year after year. We're not going to go too in depth into any one of these specific items, as we have videos already about many of them, but we will give you a bit of a checklist to make sure that you have everything that you need. Without further ado, let's get into it. First thing you want to do before every single trip is take a look at your tires. So you want to check the tire pressure first, because if it's too low, you run the risk of damaging the frame of your tire, and you decrease your fuel efficiency. And if it's too high, you increase your chance of a blowout, which will damage the rest of your RV. You also want to take a look for signs of dry rot. This is just going to be cracking in the sides of your tires. We do recommend that you get a tire cover if you're going to be camping for an extended period of time or when you go into storage. This is going to help you prevent some of that dry rot. We also recommend that you take a look at your lug nuts on your tires and make sure they're tightened to specifications, because with your RV moving around as much as it does when you're traveling down the road, there's a distinct possibility that those lug nuts can come loose over time. The next thing you're going to want to do every single time when you leave is check out your electrical connections between your RV and your vehicle. Now, this is normally going to be from your vehicle to your RV if you're towing a trailer. However, if you're flat towing, it's going to be reversed. We're going to suggest that you check your brake lights, both your blinkers, and your hazards to make sure that they're functioning normally before you hit the road. Now that we've discussed the things you want to look at before you leave your home, let's talk about the thing you need to take care of before you leave your campsite. And much like me at every wedding reception, you need to make sure that your electric slide is perfectly clean. That includes getting any debris off of the top and on the sides when you go to slide it back in. That also includes being inside and making sure there's nothing that's going to obstruct the slide from sliding in cleanly. This can be socks, small toys, a toothbrush, really anything that's going to block the slide from going in. Now that we've discussed all the maintenance items that you need to be looking at every single trip, we're going to transition now to the things you need to take care of roughly every month or so. On the subject of propane, you're actually going to want to make sure to take a look at your propane hoses roughly every month. You want to inspect them for any cracks or damage. You're also going to want to make sure they're connected tightly to the tank itself. This is going to help prevent any sort of propane leak, which will mean that you're most efficient when using your gas and you're not risking a fire or other disaster. This is actually also going to apply while your RV is in storage. So make sure to swing by and take a look at your RV propane hoses roughly every month or so, even during the off season. Next thing you want to do every month is to take a look at your battery. You're going to measure them with a voltmeter to make sure that they're running at the optimal voltage. We also suggest taking a look at the water levels of the battery if you are using a flooded lead acid battery. And if it needs to be filled up, make sure you only do so with distilled water. And make sure that when you're not using it, it is attached to a trickle charger to keep it topped off and healthy. And speaking of electricity, you're going to want to make sure that you're testing your generator at least every month. We recommend 2 hours running at about a 50% load just to make sure that gasoline is running through it. This is extra important while this is in storage, because when you're out camping and you're using your generator, you're meeting these qualifications naturally. You're also going to want to make sure that every month you're spending some time inside your camper to make sure it's ready to go. You're going to want to be cleaning your air filters and your vents as needed every month. You're also going to want to check your carbon monoxide and your fire detector to make sure that they are safe and ready to use. We also suggest checking around for signs of intrusion by pests. This is going to be most common by your fridge, your water heater, and your furnace. Now that we've gone over a lot of the monthly maintenance items, we're going to talk about some things that you need to be checking at the start and end of every single season. At the start and end of every camping season, we recommend you deep clean your RV's awning. This is going to make sure that it doesn't develop mold or mildew and that it's running properly. We also recommend that you wash and wax the exterior of your RV. Not only is this going to keep it looking its best, but it's going to help repel a lot of that dirt and debris that you're going to run into inevitably during your camping adventures. While you're cleaning your RV, we recommend you take a deep clean inside your RV as well. This isn't nearly as important for the actual mechanics of your RV, but it is going to make it significantly more comfortable to live in, and it's going to minimize the chance of any sort of pests. Another thing you're going to want to make sure to do every season is lubricate your slide outs according to the manufacturer standards. This one right here is a Schwinn-Tech, so we're not going to need to lubricate these tracks right here, but there will be some gears inside that we're going to have to lubricate. So check your owner's manual to make sure that you're doing it correctly. If your RV is drivable like this one, you're also going to want to make sure that you're doing all of the under the hood maintenance that you would normally do in your vehicle. This includes all your fluid levels, your oil, your coolant, your transmission. Anything that your car needs, your RV is also going to need. Another seasonal recommendation is to clean and flush your holding tanks. This is going to include your freshwater tank, your black water tank, and your gray water tank. While you normally empty them after every camping trip, a deep clean and a flush is going to make sure that they don't have any buildup and that they're not developing any offensive odor. We recommend using a cleaning solution of either dish detergent or a liquid bleach and water mixture to make sure that your black water tank is disinfected and as clean as it can be. We also recommend doing this at the last trip of the camping season so that you can dump the cleaning mixture at your dump station, because once you get back home, there isn't going to be an easy way to get rid of that cleaning solution. It's also very important to deep clean your water heater per your manufacturer's standards. Now, we suggest you do this at least yearly, but if you have hard water where you camp, it might serve you to do it at the start and end of every season. We also recommend that you pull off the panels behind your fridge, water heater, and furnace to clear them of any debris and make sure they're running well. It's also important to take a look at your seals around your windows, your doors, and the appliances on your roof. And if there's any cracks or gaps, you want to add some RV sealant to make sure it's closed up so that you're running efficiently. Now that we've gone over all the things you need to take a look at the start and end of every season, we're going to go over the items that you need to check at least once a year. So first on the list of the things that you need to take a look at every year is going to be to inspect your propane tanks. You're going to want to look at the tank itself for any rust or damage. And if you do find any, we recommend that you take it to a certified propane technician to make sure that it is safe to use. Or you can swap it out at your nearby propane exchange. It's also important every year to take a look at your RV's brakes. Now, whether it's a drivable one like this one or something that you tow behind a vehicle, keeping those brake pads ready to go is going to be extremely important for traveling safely. We also recommend that you have your AC professionally serviced every year just to get a tune-up and make sure that it's running as well as it can. You're definitely going to thank yourself for this diligence in the middle of the camping season when your AC is the only thing keeping you from that summer heat. So as you can see, there is a ton of maintenance that goes into keeping your RV ready to go. But if you keep up with it meticulously, the rewards will be well worth it. If you have any questions or comments, make sure to leave them in the comments section below. Thank you guys so very, very much for sticking with me in this video, and take care. All right, guys, if you found that helpful, click over here to check out another video. Click down here to subscribe to our channel to see more of our videos. Click up here to read an article about what you just watched, and click down here to see an associated playlist. Thank you so very much for watching, and take care.